It looks like the Obama camp could be eyeing another economic stimulus plan, but would it give a boost to the Americans who really need it the most?
All right, to debate that, we are joined from the Pepsi Center in Denver by Democratic pollster Bernard Whitman, a former pollster to Bill Clinton. Excuse me. So, Bernard, let me ask you this. The big talk in Denver is the economy, in particular taxes. We have not heard yet on the taxes issue in all clarity from the Obama campaign. Are we going to hear that this week?
I absolutely think we are. And let me tell you, Barack Obama leads John McCain on the economy by 22 points, on jobs by 22 points, on the economy by 12 points, on energy by 7 points. And I'll tell you why. Because he has got a plan to get this economy moving again. The average income for American families declined over $1,000 under the Bush administration, which is the first time in modern American history that the economy has expanded and we've seen real incomes decline. And Barack Obama's plan to strengthen the middle class, to cut the payroll tax for the first time in decades, is something the American people embrace and understand, and is a major reason why Barack Obama is leading so strongly on the economy.
Bernard, let's get to some hard facts here. And by the way, we're going to have, as we mentioned before, Austin Goolsbee, the chief economic policy advisor, in the next hour for Barack Obama, live from Denver. But no tax on seniors making less than $50,000. He expects, well, let's get to something that matters to our viewers as well. The capital gains tax, the Bush tax cuts on that down to 15% would be sunsetted soon to 20%. Would Barack Obama be pushing for higher than 20% on capital gains taxes?
Look, I think Barack Obama understands that the people that are truly hurting in America right now are the middle class. And that's where his focus is. If you look at his tax plan, under Barack Obama's plan, taxes will go up on those making over $250,000, the upper 1% of the American people. Now, these people have done very, very well under Bill Clinton. They did very well under George Bush. And it's about time that Americans at the upper end of the income stream start paying their fair share of taxes.
Bernard, you're a former pollster to Bill Clinton. He is going to be speaking tomorrow night, not about the economy, but about security. You can't really argue that the country was in pretty good economic shape when Bill Clinton was president for 8 years. Why is he not talking about the economy? Why is he talking about security?
Because the economy is by far, by 3 or even 4 times, the most important issue in this election. And Barack Obama's our nominee. Bill Clinton is not our nominee. Hillary Clinton is not our nominee. The American people want to hear from Barack Obama about how he is going to deal with the problem that is absolutely at the center of Americans' concerns going into this election.
Okay, so now what, as you battle to get your voice heard, and you've got terrified Republican voters perhaps, and you've got some concerned Hillary supporters looking at this, how do you bring them over to believe in your economic policy?
I think, look, if you look at Obama versus McCain on the issues, we are tied on taxes. When is the last time a Democrat presidential candidate was tied with a Republican on the issue of taxes? The trick now for Barack Obama and the Democrats is to get people comfortable with seeing Barack as a leader, as a commander-in-chief, as the next president. People know John McCain a lot better than they know Barack. He's been on the scene for dozens of years. And I think the real challenge over the coming days here in Denver is to make Barack Obama more accessible to the American people so they understand him not just as a set of policies to get the country moving again, but as a man they can believe in, as a man they understand, and as a man they trust. And I absolutely believe that Michelle Obama went a long way towards moving that ball down the field. I think today with Hillary, we're going to see her get strongly behind Obama's candidacy. Bill Clinton is going to do the same thing.
Well, Bernard,
you know what?
Bernard, let me interrupt you here. We've got to get some breaking news, but really quick, I have to ask you, when it comes to Barack Obama, I mean, do you really think he can sell to the American people another stimulus plan?
Look, the economy needs to be stimulated. We have got to get this country moving again. We have to deal with the home foreclosure crisis.
But
that's
do you
one
do
reason
that
why
by putting
he's
us
got
into
a $10
more
billion
debt? Do you do that by putting us into more debt than we already are with President Bush's economic stimulus plan?
If you look at the two plans, Barack Obama's plan and John McCain's plan, John McCain's plan continues to give tax giveaways to corporations, to oil companies, to the wealthy. Barack Obama's plan understands that in order to get the country moving again, we've got to get money back to the middle class. These are the people who spend the money and get our economy moving, and that's exactly what President Obama will do in office.
All right, Bernard Whitman, we thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.